sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Vikings and the Cardinals. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. On second down, it's Cook again. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
Yeah, they should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, that's another strong running. Excellent drive brewing right here.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Cousins. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't.
third down, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The kick by Joseph is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And for this young rookie making his first NFL start, a moment he's been waiting for since draft day.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Flushed it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete on the deep ball. 3.5 to go, first quarter. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 44. They'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Patrick Jones able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On now, Tucker McCann kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter. McCann's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference, because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run it again with Cook. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the offense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And it's excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give running right is countered. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Tucker McCann now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Zach Ertz touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go Madison up the middle. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They've been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Joseph's got it, and they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Screen pass to Connor. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is Tucker McCann now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. McCann's kick up and good. And that's going to tie us at 13. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people think that's a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it. They didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now out comes Minnesota. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, DJ.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 36, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
1st down. Here's Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact, he's going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. He'll get this to Connor underneath, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next gen.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Working with a 2nd and 4. On the counter, it's Connor. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 24 yards the gain there, another first down as well.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Safe back at the 38. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Patrick Jones in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And this will be swung out here for counter.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
Taking it about the 16. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys,
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Throwing, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And now out comes Minnesota.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Vikings.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 31-yard line. Isaiah Simmons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still in it, and how you continue to lead.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Caught by the tight end, Ertz.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We all love to have the home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
2nd and 5. Finding Ertz again. And the Cardinals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Connor is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it, yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt.
McCann's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the throw, and I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Cousins on 4th down.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. He's got the first down and more than that.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. All eyes on the Cardinals now. Down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to Brown.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Gets this to Moore.
And
now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is.
Back to throw now on first down. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw again. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got Connor.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Vikings, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons.
Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.